today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the November 9th, the magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, how about we have an extraordinary one? And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. And more important than that, though, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't call in, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, and please send those emails out early. You know, with ISPs, you never know when you're going to get them. So if you could do that, that would be helpful. Of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Les Show. Right now, all the indices trading to the upside in fairly large ways. The weakest indice being the NDX 100 up 0.25%, 35 points. The Dow's up 1353. The S&P 114. The Russell 96. The semis 29. Spot Volatility up about 9%, trading out at 22.65, well below its 50-day exponential moving average. Gold trading back $92, 18.58. It's still above a brand new bullish structure daily profile it's attempting to form, or at least it was as of an hour ago. We'll go check in on that. Silver trading out at 23.77. Light sweet crude up $3.33, trading out at 40.47. T-bonds, 30-year T-bond down over 3 points right now. That's a gigantic move to the downside. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you got Booking Holdings up 272 points. Digim Group up 55. Intuitive Surgical 45. Teleflex 43. To the downside is Mercado Libre up 116. Shopify down 94. Biogen up 92. Let's begin the show actually by starting off with Mercado Libre, and that's because John in Sarasota had asked about it. And John's specific question, let me pull this up here on my cell phone. It says, has it finished its run? So certainly one of the things you're going to want to be careful about here, John, is if this were to gap down tomorrow, you would have a nice island top reversal at an all-time high. So watch for that. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying be careful because that's the pattern that could be set up here. And then that would answer your question most certainly, because there is no more bearish reversal than an island top out there, especially at all-time highs, and that's what we'd be looking at in Mercado Libre. Do we have that right now? No, we do not. So let's continue looking at the stock chart. I said be careful about that because that's the pattern that sticks out at me as being the one to be most cautious. Now, we pull over the daily chart out here. We're going to see that price has been moving higher, doing less relative energy. That's never a problem unless there's a bearish reversal candle. John, with his good eyes, spotted that bear sash candle that has formed so far. No idea what candle will form today, but right now at 1:10 in the afternoon, this is a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top. So what does that mean, John? That means we have to go identify key levels of support. So the first key level of support in Mercado Libre is going to be 1357.33 because the oscillator and change line is green. And if you're long in this, and you've been long in this for a while, you cannot close out the position, even with the Rhodes momentum indicator top position. Well, of course you can. I'm just suggesting that until you see a close below at least the first level of support, that's at 1357 and change right now, that may hold as support in Mercado Libre. If price closed below that, then you've got the next four levels. You have 1307, 1272, 1237, and finally 1079. I've left the cents out there. We don't need to worry about the cents, so to speak. But right now, it's really kind of neutral, John. I mean, you wouldn't buy it necessarily, but I wouldn't short it. So there's a reason to not dump it. You have a signal, yeah, but has it proven itself in any stretch of the imagination? Just the first element, generating that bearish reversal candle. So watch that 1357 area out here. Now let's look at the weekly time frame chart. Do we have any kind of signals here? Price is moving higher, doing less relative energy, but still no big deal. And price above its weekly oscillator and change line. So that's still bullish. Monthly time frame. This could be bar number 8 of a TD9 count pattern. We won't know that until the end of December out there. But that's got the potential for a top. So keep your eyes focused on the daily. As I said, if you get a gap to the downside tomorrow, well, then I would have to say that the run is over. But, of course, we don't know how price would handle those different support levels out there. So I hope that helps you out, John, with Mercado Libre. Ticker symbol there is MELI. Now, let's go back. And, Pete, we'll get to absolutely go take a look at GBTC and GDX and silver and all this. In fact, we'll do that now. You asked the question. We'll go do that now. We got call ahead seating now in the Tiger's Den. You got to love that. So good entry point for GBTC. I think I've got a set of charts out here. I think GBTC is a part of my currency chart. So let me bring this over here. And well, I'll do two things. Let's get it going here on my 3-panel GBTC. That's a Grayscale Bitcoin Trust out here. In this case, what this shows us is price above the top of the daily, weekly, and monthly set of profiles. So it's above resistance levels. Of course, we want to go see if there's some kind of topping signal. If you're asking where is the buy out here from a profile standpoint, 1510, 1478. Those would be the top of the daily, and then the weekly profiles. If those areas were tested and held, they would be entry points. But let's go take a look at GBTC. Let's get to it. I think it's out here. Yep, it's right here. So let's go take a look at it. What do we have? So far, Pete, all the price has done is pulled back and tested Stevie's green line. So if you were uber bullish, and I don't know whether you are, you're watching this much more than I am, but if you were looking for an entry price to add to a position, as an example out here, then 1611 would be the number. If price closed below 1611, that tells us that we should expect price to move back to 1510, 1415, 1450, 1389. The ultimate entry point on this, potential ultimate entry point, would be 1268. That's a TD9 breakout level. But right now, if you're asking what has GBTC done today, it's pulled back. It's tested Stevie's oscillator and change line, 1611, and therefore it remains bullish. I hope that helps you out with regard to that. You asked about the GDX. For that, we want to go take a look at a different set of charts out here. So let's pull up the GDX. Let's do it over here, and then let's do it over here. Two different heres. The first here, that's much why I say out here, out there. I don't know, because I've got to use all these different charts. But in any event, if we take a look at the GDX out here, let me try to get rid of this A to B equals CD pattern. There we go. And so it has pulled back to a level of support peak. That would be the bottom of its daily structured bullish profile. So if you're asking where was a potential entry point, if you've got a hankering to be long the GDX, it's in between 38.21 and 38.89. You're trading at 38.73 right now. So that's a potential entry point out there. But let's take a look at Stevie's other charts when we get back from this break. We'll finish taking a look at the GDX. And I believe it's silver. Is that silver that you're looking for there? Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the GDX. I began taking a look at that during the break, and then I switched over to gold real quickly here. So the profile that was attempting to form this morning, that's now gone. Not a well, it's actually not. It's still there. Oh, it just showed up again. So 1859.80 is the bottom of that profile peak, and we're trading at 1858.50. So we're just below it. But a close below that, and then a following close below that tomorrow, as an example, would really be suggesting a lower price. I'm looking at the daily time frame chart out here. Price is back to an area where it's found support before September 24th. But if it really breaks through this area, it's telling us it wants lower price out here. Price is testing the top. Oh, I didn't mean to delete the weekly time frame. Did I do that? Son of a gun. Okay. Well, I'll deal with that later. Out here, you can see price also pulling back into the top of that monthly profile, the top of which is 1849. So, and we want to be able to get gold right because of the directional correlation between it and the mining equities out there. From a GDX perspective, let me get back to my 3 time frames out here. From the GDX perspective, as long as price holds 38.21, so here's a little bit of the disconnect. If you're looking to truly to buy it, that 38.21, that bullish structured profile would be it. But I'd just be cautious right now because, well, one, we don't have any kind of bottoming signal in gold on a short-term time frame. Here's a 30-minute time frame chart out there. Yeah, sure, at about noon it formed a little hammer candle. So what? It's just with inside a bullish structured profile and below Stevie's oscillator and change line out there. So there's no indication here on any of the short-term time frames. I won't bore you with the 60 and the 120 and the 240-minute chart out there. So I think you just have to be. I know you need to be careful here because I don't see a compelling reason to jump in just yet. Now you asked about the junior silver miners. SILJ is a ticker symbol you're looking for there. Let's go see prices consolidating with inside its daily, its weekly, and its monthly profiles out here. Let me pull over my other charts out here. And take a look at we'll begin by taking a look at the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, the junior silver miners have pulled back to test support. And this is a bullish test. As long as price can hold 1467, Remember, it is consolidating. It is back inside its daily profile out here, but it has not broken the oscillator and change line, 1467. A close below that, then you're looking at 1330, 1438. But support is held here on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame, what do we see? The weekly time frame, as long as price remains above its oscillator and change line, 1527, you've got in essence just a sideways consolidation type move going on. The monthly time frame, again, consolidating with inside its a monthly profile, but above Stevie's green line. So the SILJ looks pretty good. But again, and like silver, if we take a look at the silver contract, let's see what this is. Well, this is already below its profiles. Its daily profiles formed above price, which is bearish. And, the bigger picture on silver, because of the TD9 count top that it's got, because of last week's counter trend rally that ran out of steam right at Stevie's oscillator and change line, consolidating sideways. But boy, any close below the session, the low of 2181, we'll see 1808 out there. So I'd say just sit tight. Just sit tight out here. I don't see any bottom signals on the short-term time frames for gold or silver, and that's all suggesting lower price. If that's the case, we'll see lower price in the GDX as well. With regard to FCX out here, there was a request inside the Tiger's Den looking for a good entry point in on this. Moving higher. Now, in the case of FCX, let me pull over my currency set of charts out here. This is really like trading the Australian dollar. It is one and the same. In fact, if you're trading FCX, you've got to know what the Australian dollar is doing. But let's see if that's the case. Here, if we take a look at the Australian dollar, we're just trying to see if there's any kind of top or anything. There's nothing that I have. It just looks to me like a good old-fashioned consolidation. Looks like it wants to continue to move higher. And therefore, if it wants to continue higher, so should FCX. The question was on FCX, what's a good point to add? Well, let me get my other charts here going. FCX. So you've got price above all of the profiles, daily, weekly, and monthly. And so the place to enter is going to have to be, I'm assuming that what it will show, is any pullback to Stevie's oscillator and change line, any test of that. But, of course, what you want to make sure is that should that happen, that there's no topping pattern that forms prior to that. So now let's pull over my FCX chart out here. And what do we see? Well, we just see it stretch, price moving higher, doing less relative energy, but still. So your entry point, I'm going to answer that question for you, would be about 1880, which is above the top of the daily profile. Now, that number is going to change, but it's approximately the 1880. So we'll say 1846 to 1880 range with regard to adding to your position being long FCX. So I hope that helps you out. Whoever, Zip, was that? Yeah, it was Zip who had requested. Zip, if you're trading that, though, please follow the Australian dollar because that's mucho grande important. I know, terrible language out there, but it is what it is. Now, I think I've gotten all the questions inside the Tiger's Den, and I don't see anything in the email, okay, at this moment. So we'll check back with those things during the next break. Let's go back to the general markets and what they're doing, what they're not doing, what to be looking for. And so you can use this as just so here's the annual charts for the four core indices, the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ 100, and the Russell 2000. Right now, we are trading above the 2019 highs. That says there's a breakout going on, or even above the 2020 highs for the most part out here. So this says a breakout going on. Now, if price gets back below 28,701.66, then we're back in a key reversal time period, but not until that happens. So here, this chart here shows us that you've got that trend line coming off of the 2000 top and the 2007 top, and shows that the retracement, this year's retracement, came right back, tested that, rejected it at this stage here. So this says that there's a breakout going on in U.S. dollars. In order for there to be a well-established bull market, price has to be breaking out in all of the major currencies. And that's, I think, the thing that you'll only get here during this 1 o'clock show. I'm not aware of anybody else that really takes a look at the markets like this, but you and I do. And so that's just our little secret. Now, the cool thing about this, we can go back to take a look at history. This is not Stevie giving you his opinion. I don't even care about my opinion. I just simply want to take a look at what are the charts communicating to us, what are the patterns in the past that'll help us to identify what needs to occur in the future. And in this case here, you're looking at those red arrows. And those red arrows identify the 2007 top inside of the Dow. We're primarily focused on the Dow right now. What you'll notice back in 2007, although it felt like there was a breakout party going on in U.S. dollars, that wasn't being confirmed in terms of euros, that wasn't being confirmed in terms of pounds. That is what is needed. So now we go ahead and we fast forward to where are we today? Well, we know today that we've gotten above the 2020 high. We're above the 2019 highs out there. We've made a new all-time high, but only in U.S. dollars. We have not made that same move in terms of euros. We have not made that same move in terms of yen. And we have not made that same move in terms of pounds. Not until that happens can any of us declare that we've got a breakout going on inside of the Dow. And that's really key, because this is where the big money parks its assets. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at this Dow chart here. This is the daily time frame, price in dollars, euros, yen, and pounds. We don't know whether or not the Dow price in those other major currencies will be able to get above the 2020 high and join the true breakout message. But not until that happens will we be able to make that call. Too close to call. No, it's not too close to call. It's a real easy call as we speak right now. We don't have the signature at 1:30 in the afternoon on November the Stay the 9th, I think it is. On the 9th, we don't have a complete breakout call. Now, the reason we want to pay attention to this is because we really want to understand the global flow of capital. So big capital, they're going to invest in large caps. They want to have that liquidity out there. And if we try to trace since the election, so this is since election day out here, we're taking a look at what the rate of change is for instruments around the country. Now, you can do this. This is the chart here, or the set of tables that uses ETFs from around the globe. Now, I've also taken each of those ETFs and converted them to how they would be priced in those local currencies. Now, what we're really looking for is a concentration of capital. Granted, 6 trading sessions doesn't, but we'll track this each and every day. What we can say as of 1:30 in the afternoon on November the 9th is that we do not see a concentration of capital anywhere. Brazil is actually the winner chicken dinner right now. In dollars, that's up 17% in that same time frame. And, the Dow Diamond's up 12%, the DAX in Germany about 13%. So you see, we got these kind of similar percentages out there. So this is telling us that we don't see a concentration of capital, the global flow of capital in any one area. That actually makes this chart here even more important to understand. The mere fact that the Dow has not broken out in those other currencies. So again, not that it can't, but it hasn't. And not until it does will we get the full breakout message to the upside. Okay, Stevie, so what does that mean? What do we do with it? Well, I just want you to know right now what the market, so that you're not getting caught up into the euphoria and just assuming. And because you'll just be looking, most people here, they can only look at these instruments priced in dollars. How do you do that? How do you tie both hands behind your back and understand what your cousin, relative, long-lost buddy is looking at on their screen? Because they're really only interested, not until we get to one world currencies. That's in the future out there. Will that be so we've got to look at it like this. What else do we know? I don't know. Let's go take a look at how each of these instruments are trading. We're taking a look at the equity futures contract. So we begin by taking a look at the ES Mini here. Above all of its profiles, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. So it's bullish. And what we can see out here, I'm just using the weekly time frame. It's much easier just to simply show the consolidation. So there is a possibility that the ES Mini is on its way up to 38.47, approximately in that area. That's equal. That's the measured move of the consolidation, or approximately the measured move of the consolidation. So long as our price, I would say, remains above the high from the week of August 31st, 35.7650, that will be the pattern. So the ES Mini should be able to continue to move higher. If we take a look at the NQ, the NQ is the one with resistance. That resistance is the top of the monthly profile out there. That level is 12,452. A close above that, then you're in full breakout mode. The NQ is not, as we speak right now. If we take a look at the Dow equity future contract, well, it's above all of its profile levels as well. The most key one today being the monthly time frame. Of course, this is just the middle or beginning of the month, but the level there to be watching is 29,137. But of course, when it comes to the Dow, I know, we know that the most important thing is taking a look at how that Dow is priced in those major currencies before we can classify this as a breakout. Just be careful. What goes up can come down. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, well, the Russell 2000 has made the 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD, gigantic wide-ranging bar out there. Also, I believe that it is moving higher with less relative energy. Let me get over to my equity future charts out here so we can pull that over. Now, that's not a problem. Only would be a problem if there were a bearish reversal candle. We're not going to see a bearish reversal candle today. Well, I don't think that we are. Of course, anything is happening. Anything can happen. So I can't predict the next many minutes out here. But this looks bullish, still bullish. will remain bullish until we see some type of bearish reversal candle to confirm the Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Where's price headed to above this level if it does continue to move higher? Well, that'd be simple. That would be the next price projection area, and that would be 1885. We're looking at the A to B equals CD pattern. If we go take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, where are we? Well, we're now in that plus 150 overbought area of the New York Stock Exchange. So the question becomes, do we get a plus 150 failure where the New York Stock Exchange turns down? It doesn't have to begin turning down 135. It can be tomorrow out there. Or do we close well above 150, continue motoring above 150, which is very positive longer term with regard to the New York Stock Exchange, and that it will eventually seek higher price. Not that it's not now, but it is in that extreme overbought territory. That is the plus 150 area level of its advanced decline oscillator reading. Spot volatility well below that 50-day exponential moving average, which is 2887. We're trading at 2279. So its conditions remain bullish. Silver, although we didn't look at silver, we did look at gold. We looked at the silver junior miners. Here you can see silver. You can see the bottom of that daily profile. You can see how that formed above price. That's a bearish message. The counter trend rally clearly ended on Friday as price got up to the bottom of that profile and has given it up. Now, it's given it up, but it's not exactly like it is super bearish or anything. Take a look at the rising trend lines on the daily time frame out here. Has not broken through that. Gold is testing its rising trend lines. If silver were to break through that, that would be a problem. Of course, when we say that would be a problem in dollar value, a problem would be a close below 2287. 2287 is the bottom of its bullish structured weekly profile. Been tested for three of the out of the last 8 or 9 weeks out here, so we know that's a strong support level. But a close below 2287, that would say, well, we're probably running down to 2108 or maybe even lower. But right now, the pullback, silver still has a bearish message, but it hasn't broken through key levels of support. So it's almost kind of neutral out here. But again, no short-term signals for silver or for gold. Short-term 30, 60, 120 time frame charts out here. Light sweet crude. Take a look at light sweet crude today. A nice move, nice big move. You can see where price ran into its descending trend line resistance. That's the yellow declining line. It's dealing with the top of a slightly bearish structured profile. So price would have to get above that rising trend line out there. Also has to get above resistance. September 18th's high of $42 has been a resistance level out here. So so far what light sweet crude has done is nice move up into resistance, that descending trend line out there. I think that's all that I've got just as far as the general. Well, T-bonds. We got to take a look at T-bonds. We take a look at the global flow of capital. This is going to happen at some point in time. This is likely to happen at some point in time. What is it, Stevie? What is this is likely to happen? This is that global flow of capital, as long as we here in the United States don't screw it up. We're doing a pretty good job of it. But we could have the double whammy for the markets to move extraordinarily higher. That double whammy is that there's a complete loss in confidence in the government here in the U.S. I think we're there or close to there. And the same shenanigans, the same scenario going on overseas. And then money, well, it may park itself in U.S. assets. We'll be right back. But we'll see it. We'll see it here.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the ticker symbol PYPL. That's PayPal Holdings. Right now, trading out at 190.05. It's back inside its daily profile. It remains inside its weekly profile. It's inside its monthly profile. So big consolidation going on. Last week, we know that price tested and rejected the bottom of that weekly profile, 176.05. It's a bearish structured profile. So closing above 206.99. Would be very bullish on a weekly basis. Not saying that it will do that. I'm saying if it does do that, that would be your bullish message out here. Otherwise, let's go see what else we can find out about PayPal by looking at Stevie's other charts. Prices below Stevie's green line. It's right into support. You got to watch that 180.63 level. If price were to close below that, that would be telling us about lower price as we move over to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame says, hey, we're trading below Stevie's green line. We're trading with inside that bearish structured profile. Just a consolidation here going on. Nothing more, nothing less at this stage of the game. The monthly time frame, if we take a look at it, this confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator pattern 2 months ago when it generated that bearish engulfing candle. Remember, whenever you generate a topping pattern, all that you really give sellers the ability to do, we don't know when the topping signal gets generated, whether they're going to be able to bust through support or not. So you want to take a look at where is support. Well, in this case here, on the monthly time frame, 175.55, which is exactly the approximate low of this month. And so this is still bullish. So really, in PayPal, I don't know how to call it other than what the charts are telling us, which is just a good old-fashioned consolidation at this stage of the game. If it busts through support, different game. If it busts through resistance, different game. But until then, it's just a consolidation, and I hope that that helps you out. I apologize, I forgot who requested PayPal. We had a request out here from Randy G. He also wanted to take a look at PayPal. Oh, okay. It was Randy. That's who was inside the den who requested. So I got you, Randy. Thanks for giving me the double heads up out there. And so I hope that helps you out. Let's see. Eddie writes in, and Eddie, it's a small text here. Eddie writes in, please expand on the breakout. How do we know when the other currencies will support the Dow? Vaccine news is a catalyst. Would expect to see other currencies buying it. So there's traders buying the equity futures right now overseas. There's trading houses that are out there as we speak right now. Eddie, this is a one world market, so this is nearly a 23-hour time span of trading out there. We'll know it just simply by monitoring it. It's there. I don't know any other way to do it other than to be able to keep track of how the Dow is priced in at least these four currencies. You can take a look at other currencies as well. So either get a tool that will allow you to do that. I'm sure they're out there, or you can do it by hand, or just stay tuned here. Subscribers to Mastering Probability, we take a look at the global flow of capital often, especially when there's some significance, such as today. This is a significant piece of information, because if we hadn't taken a look at this, I want you to picture this. Everybody that's out there, Eddie specifically, because he was asking the question, if all I was doing was looking at, well, really, I guess if all I was doing was looking at these charts here, just instruments priced in U.S. dollars, I can tell you the message here, priced in U.S. dollars, is absolute breakout that's going on. But aren't you glad? Well, maybe you're not. I'm hoping that you're glad that Stevie doesn't just stop there and do the normal thing that everybody, you can get that from everybody else. But when you come here and you spend your hour with me, you and I were going to rip things apart. We're going to understand them better than everybody else, even though you'd like to know how we're going to know what we're going to know, because price is going to be able to get above the prior highs out there priced in those other currencies. And if it doesn't, it's Is that not amazing, folks, or what? Every time we start talking about the reality of the situation, the National Intelligence Agency cuts our line between each other. It's the craziest thing out here. Craziest thing out here. But hey, I'll get the charts up here. Let's see what we got to do here for charts. Let's share the screen. There we go. We got the charts out here. And that's obviously opinion with regard to a level of confidence inside of government. But you got the 50-50 split out here. I don't see a whole lot of either side having confidence in government out there. And when that happens, well, people would move out of government type assets. That would be the U.S. Treasury bill out here, and that might go to U.S. assets. So we could see that aspect of it. And that's why I want to pay attention to that, combined with what is going on overseas. Look, you guys can do all the research. You can do it. It's all public information. It's information that's been put out there by the ECB, by the IMF. You can go read all of this stuff out there. There is a digital euro that is coming, likely right around the first of the year. I want you to picture in your mind right now, if you knew that the U.S. dollar was going digital, you wouldn't be able to spend your dollars out there, and you had a lack of confidence in your government, and that's what they've got going on over in Europe. All you have to do is watch you want to talk about riots over the weekend? Go look at what's going on over in Athens and everywhere else around the globe over in Europe out there. It's not about our elections, right? It's about the lockdown and everything else that's going on. So the virus is obviously, the vaccine is good news out here. But this is stuff, Eddie, that we just simply have to have the larger global picture to understand what is going on, because we can make the case if that global flow of capital and the lack of confidence inside the U.S. Government institutions, if you will, money's going to have to find some type of safe haven. That safe haven, which should simply be U.S. denominated assets, U.S. dollar, U.S. denominated assets, even gold out there. So I wish there was some better answer for you, Eddie, but that is the answer. So thanks for asking. Let me see if there's anything else that came in. Nothing else that we've got. So what else can we take a look at that would be important or significant out here? and I don't know what it is. I'm just scanning. I'll switch over to a set of tools out here, my intraday signal charts, just to see if there's anything of consequence that we should be paying attention to. So even though you don't see it on my screen, it's on a different screen out here. I'm not seeing anything. So when I say a different screen here, I could probably show you, right? And this way I don't even have to do it. Is it that screen though? Let's see. Can I pull this down? I think it's this one. Let's see if that's one. Yeah. So it's this screen here that we're taking a look at in this last several seconds. You can see I've got 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 120, 240, 300 daily. They've got all my signals on here. I'm looking for TD9s to show up or 8 counts or anything like that. We don't have it for any of these time frames. And there's no levels of support that have been broken for short-term time frames out here. So the Russell 2000, the 120-minute time frame, does have a TD 9-count pattern. We'll take a look at that when we get back from this break.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we had noted that the only topping pattern or signal that we saw on taking a look at multiple charts timeframes was the 2-hour time frame chart for the Russell 2000. You can see that this topped with a TD9 count bar number 8 out here. But again, remember, when you get a topping signal, then your eyes need to immediately go to where's support. Well, here, support, you would have picked it out. It's 1707.90, or that number's going to change up and down a little bit as price moves higher or lower. Not unless price closes below that. Does that signal that that topping pattern says I want to go to your next level of support? It hasn't even broken through the first level of support. So there's nothing bearish. Topping signal, pause, timeout. If price closed below Stevie's green line, then we'd be looking at 1663, 1653, 1648.30 would be the real key number out there. So we don't have that for any of the instruments. No short-term topping signals out here, and therefore no reason to say that there's a top that's in. Not that it couldn't be, but just we don't have the reasons in taking a look at the charts to go ahead and make that call. The last request was to take a look at Galactica, Virgin Galactic Holdings out here, trading right now at 21.34, trying to take out the resistance of the top of its weekly profile at 20.88. So close above that on a weekly base would be good, and suggest to run to the 23.67 to 24.70 area. Let's bring over our Old Spice charts out here. My white background, Old Spice, SPCE is the ticker symbol. Looks like price wants to go, it had a TD9 count bottom, bar number 8. Looks like it wants to go tag that TD9 breakdown resistance level of 23.35. That's the daily time frame. Weekly time frame price above the top of that weekly profile in Stevie's green line. That says that price wants to move higher. Not enough data on the monthly chart. So Spice, Old Spice, SPCE should run to 23.35 SNP. Glad we got all that in, folks. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours. You got your favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. After that, Tom O'Brien to take us on home. And I'll see you on terrific Tuesday. Have a marvelous Monday, folks.